right, so hi guys, I'm back. We are at the dentist's office right now, and Ben is getting his teeth extracted and some dentures put in. So while he's doing that, I've got some time, so I figured, well, as long as we got some time, we might as well get a video done. So I have some notes that I'm going to pull out in a second, and we'll cover some of the things that I have notes on that I haven't covered quite yet, because there's been a couple of you who have asked, how do I know all this stuff and when to plant things, when to start seeds, things like that. So I brought my notes along and figured, while we're at it, let's go over some notes. So I'm going to cover the notes and then possibly go ahead and cover, sorry about that, sun is really wicked, and probably cover some companion planting, because that's another thing that has been brought up quite frequently that a lot of you are wondering about. So again, I'll go over some of my notes on companion planting and things like that. So to get started, somebody's car alarm just went off. Darn it. Let's see if I can pause this till that stops. That wasn't very long. Okay, so to get started, we'll go over some of the onion information I have. Onions, the bulbing onions are long day and short day, and then there's also midday. So what I got for that is long day should be planted above 37 degrees latitude on the map near the equator in order to get a good bulb. Short day onions should be south of the 37 degree latitude line in order to get the onion to actually get a good bulb. Now midday onions, they say, is 15 degrees north or south of the 37 degree latitude line on the map. And that way, you know, and that's the time of sun that you're getting. So long day is going to have longer sun exposure. Shorter days is going to have shorter sun exposure. And then midday, they'll still bulb up at that midline. So you got a little bit of give and take there. It doesn't matter with bunching onions, only with bulbing onions. And then shallots and ramps are the same way, and they don't really bulb up. So, and garlic is similar to that as well, from what my notes are saying here. Okay, onions are a biannual and produce a flower the second year. And then they're no good if you leave them in after they flower, then you're not going to get much out of them besides the green onion part. And then it says here, you can multi-sow them. That's the best way to do it. So like succession sowing, so that way you're continuously getting more, is a good way to do it. I like to succession sow all of my green onions and shallots, but you guys have heard me talk about salads, and you've seen all the lettuces and everything that I have growing already or started already. So of course you know that I'm kind of a rabbit and I like my salads. So I sow them, you can multi-sow them 15 to 25 seeds in a 3-inch pot. And then once they start to get so tall, you know, about 2 inches, then you can separate them and transplant them out where you want them. Bunching onions are the best for this. And bunching onions you can leave in that, and you know, you'll want to separate them a little bit so they've got a little bit of space, because bunching onions can get about the size of your thumb or so. They can get pretty good size. So, and that just depends on how long you're leaving them in there too. And then let's see, and all your onions need more nitrogen, which is the N in NPK. When you're looking at fertilizers and stuff like that, there's the N, P, and the K. The nitrogen, the potassium, and then the phosphorus. And that's how you know that part. That's what I've got on onions. Now, I also know that I have taken onions from the store, and if they start to have the funny little green things come up, a lot of times if I don't get a chance to actually use them, then I'll shove them out in some dirt. Now, they will grow the greens, and yes, you can harvest the greens. And I put the whole bulb out there, and what you're going to get from that is you're going to get a lot of greens and you're going to get a flower. So if you let that flower dry, then you will have onion seeds. Then you can take those onion seeds and actually plant them for another bulbing onion. But you are not going to get a bulbing onion if you just take that bulbed onion that's starting to grow greens and shove it out in the soil, because it just doesn't work that way. So you will get greens. You'll get a lot of greens because the onion's still going to produce all of that, which is good. And like I said, if you like a lot of salads, or a lot of people call them chives, that's another way of saying bunching onions. Chives are smaller. If you're growing the actual chive seeds, those are smaller and they look more like a strand of grass. They're still tasty. I feel you need to put more of those on your salad to get the actual flavor I'm looking for when I do a salad. But that's all personal preference. So that's just a couple of things on onions. Now let's see what we have next. Okay, well, I guess that's about all we have for onions. So we'll cut this short and we'll go ahead and see about getting a couple more videos done while we're sitting here waiting for Ben to get out of the dentist. So I hope this was helpful and useful for you. Stay tuned for the next couple of videos. I'm going to cover, let's see here. I'm going to go over a couple of things. I have notes, one page of notes on fall growing, cool season crops, winter crops, and overwintering peppers. That one looks like a lot of mumbo jumbo, so we'll see what we can do about getting all of that done. So those are a couple of the other videos I'm going to do, along with I brought the paperwork for companion planting. So we'll go ahead and cover the companion planting in another video. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure to hit that thumbs up and ring the bell for all the notifications, and make sure you subscribe. So remember, you are someone, you do matter. I love you, and we will see you on the next video. Until then, ciao now.